Hey, this is Ryan from Web Eminence. In this video, I'm reviewing the Events Calendar plugin. This is by Modern Tribe. It's a plugin for WordPress. A lot of people with WordPress websites want to have an event calendar and even sell tickets, and this plugin allows you to do that very simply. I did just use it on a client's website and was really happy with the results and how easy it was to use. So that's why I wanted to do this video. I have used other plugins in the past like Espresso, and I've done a review on that, so I'll link to that video. And that plugin was okay, but I had some issues with how the calendar actually looked on the front end of the website and also how it functioned on the back end. It seemed to be a little bit too complex for something as simple as just creating an event calendar. So I like that this one was a lot more simple. I'm going to show you the website I just created so you can see what it looks like on the finished website, and I'll also show you the back end of the event calendar plugin to see how that functions. And again, this plugin is by a company called Modern Tribe. I've used some of their other plugins and it's a solid company, so the plugin is developed well and supported well. So you don't have to worry about anything there. So on this website I'm about to show you, I did use the plugin called the Events Calendar, and I used event tickets. We actually upgraded both of these. So there are free versions for the calendar plugin and the tickets plugin, but we actually, because of the features we needed on the website, and I'll explain a little bit of that, we had to upgrade to the Events Calendar Pro and Event Tickets Plus. So both of those cost $89 to upgrade, and that's a yearly support fee. So here's the website I recently finished where we use the plugin. This is a provider of nurse practitioner trainings. So they're doing events all over the country and selling tickets. So on the website, you can see upcoming events, and right here is where the plugin kind of takes over, and this is what it looks like. We actually created these images custom to add to each event. So someone can click on one of these events and be taken to the event page, and again the image shows with the title, time, some details, the text that we entered, the ability to enter into calendar, show a map of the venue, and then for the registration you can have different types of tickets. And again, this is using the event tickets plugin. But if I was to select one and click register, we're actually using WooCommerce extension with this. So you actually install WooCommerce, which is a popular e-commerce plugin for WordPress. And with the upgraded version of event tickets, which is called Event Tickets Plus, you're able to use the WooCommerce checkout. And the reason we're doing this is because we wanted the ability to have people pay by credit card and not just PayPal. So we're using Square payment processor here to let people pay by credit card. If you use the free version, you can forget about this WooCommerce part and just let people check out with PayPal, and that's included in the free version of Event Tickets, the plugin. So again, in order to sell tickets, you will need to use two free plugins. You'll have to use the calendar plugin called the Events Calendar, and you'll have to use Event Tickets, which is a separate plugin that allows you to create the tickets. So once you've added your events, and again I'll show you that in the back end in a second, but on the front end you can embed shortcodes that show your events in different views. For example, here is a month view, and I can scroll through here and you'll see the events. So it actually pops up. People can then click on this to get more information or get tickets. So that looks really nice. Here's the view I'm using, which I believe they call a list view. I think this is a single day view. This I believe is called image view because it features the featured image for each event. This appears to be a week view. So you're looking at 1 week at a time. And then there's a map view, which is pretty nice because it'll actually show the locations of the venues on a map. So that'll be useful for some people. So that's how this plugin will look on your website when it's done. And again, it's very clean. I haven't had to make really any edits to this because I like how it looks. If you really want to edit things, you can. Like one thing I did was actually change get tickets to register now and other parts of the site. So you'll be able, or here it says register. So you will be able to do things like that. It'll take a little bit of getting into the code, but right out of the box, this plugin looks really nice. And that's an issue I had with Event Espresso, is I had to make a lot of edits just to make it look nice. A lot of the spacings were weird and it just wasn't up to par in terms of the overall look. So if we go into my WordPress dashboard for this website, I'll show you what these plugins look like just so you can easily spot them. Again, it's Event Tickets Plus, which is the upgrade, and then the Events Calendar is the free plugin, and then the Events Calendar Pro is the upgraded version. And I also have WooCommerce installed because we're using that for the checkout process. But you could run this, the free version, with just Event Tickets, the plugin, and the Events Calendar, and that's going to be enough for a lot of people, depending on what features you need. So once those are installed, you're going to have this new Events menu, and that's pretty much where this entire plugin is managed. So we've already obviously added several events. So if we click on one of these, I'll just show you what it looks like. There's the title, you can change the URL, and then the text here you saw was displayed on the website. I can add event categories, which I am using. Here's where I entered the featured image, which is just a standard WordPress feature. And then here's the events calendar option, so I can set a start and end time, or I can make it an all-day event. I can schedule multiple events in a series. I can select the venue, and there's a separate menu on the left where you can enter in all your venues, and then you can use them over and over again in the future. Here's where I click to turn on the map. You can have different organizers, and those are also managed. Over here, you can go to the organizers page to add different organizers. You can add an event website, and then down here is where you add tickets. So we're just doing a single registration for one price. So under tickets, there are some options like the type of ticket, the price, capacity. Under advanced, you can add description, you can start and end the sale at different times, add a SKU. Under attendee information, you can request more information for tickets. And these are just different fields like a text field, radio button, checkbox, drop down box. So these would show when people purchase the tickets. I'm going to cancel that. So that's pretty much everything there is in creating an event. And then again, once it's created, it'll create this event page and it'll display according to how you have it set up on your website. So back in the events page, under the events, I can also get right to the orders and attendees. If I click on attendees, it shows me a list. I don't have any for this event yet, but they would all show here, and I could export them if I wanted to. The rest of the items under events is pretty self-explanatory. There's add new. You can organize them into tags and categories. I also showed you venues and organizers. You can import events from another calendar. And then there's a number of settings. I won't go through all of these, but I will scroll through them quickly just so you get an idea of the different settings that are available. There's some general settings, map settings, miscellaneous, and time zone settings. I can change some display settings in here, and this will determine what the event actually looks like on the front end. Date formats, advanced template settings. Then there's ticket settings, and this is actually where I set up PayPal. So you can turn on Tribe Commerce in the free version, which allows you to use PayPal. And then here are some WooCommerce settings. You can create additional fields when people register. You can add, different required fields. And then there's some other things about upgrading and adding your license. Ticket field sets is the last thing there, and that allows you to change the fields that are available when you add tickets. So that's the plugin called the Events Calendar. I'm a big fan of it, so I recommend you try it if you're looking for an Events Calendar plugin for your WordPress site. If you want to check out another plugin, the Event Espresso plugin that I mentioned. I'll link to that here, and you could compare the look and features of that calendar plugin to this one here and decide which one's best for you. So we'll see you on the next video.